All right, let's hit on some of like the detox strategies if you're ready. I
So,
think that the easy one.
so the first thing is all the lifestyle stuff. That's foundation. And then we stack up. So easiest thing out of the gate is going to be glutathione. So glutathione, whether it's acetyl, liposomal, reduced, whether we're making it with all the precursors like NAC, ALA, glycine, collagen, right? All these things are going to be really important to help make your master antioxidant out of the gates. That's probably the big one first.
Yeah, glycine's huge. And there's actually some papers just on glycine by itself in isolation
Yep.
helping with glyphosate, which is awesome. So I actually take glycine before bed. It really helps sleep too.
Yep.
So that's another cool benefit. But
Yeah, you can mix collagen, peptides. Like I use my true collagen with a little bit of magnesium powder before bed. That knocks it right out. And glycine's helpful with other toxins, other like strippers like xylene and things like that. It will detoxify xylene, these kind of chemicals too. So glycine's excellent. And then of course, we know Roundup's very destructive on the gut. And so if you're doing glycine, it's very helpful to kind of heal the enterocytes and repair those too.
yeah, I would say probiotics are somewhere on the list. Now, I don't know in terms of priority, and the mechanism is the same as it is for mycotoxins. There's some cool research coming out about
Yes.
probiotics actually being able to convert toxins into less toxic forms, and then that makes them more water soluble and able to be excreted from the body. So there is some cool mechanism involved with probiotics. And of course, if you're working with a practitioner like us, we're going to kind of coach you through when and how and what we're going to use. But that
Correct.
is another cool piece of the puzzle. I'd say my next one is going to be micronized chlorella. There's a couple professional versions that we use of it. And this is better than the broken cell wall chlorella because it's smaller molecules. And then that's going to allow better transfer across the blood-brain barrier to get some of these heavy metals out. So we'll actually use some products that are basically designed for heavy metals, but we'll use them off label for like mold and chemical detox.
Yeah, and so like I have a heavy metal clear product that has some of the chlorella in there. It also has some of the sodium alginate, and then also some of the modified citrus pectin. These are really good binders that will help with metals, and they'll also help with pesticides too, which are great. And then some of the research you're talking about probiotics actually converting some of the mold toxins, and also they also have an effect binding them too. Is that what you're saying too?
Yeah, I know it's a conversion. I don't know if it's actually binding, but there's a lot of like Great Plains. They're doing a lot of work on like promoting the idea of probiotics being like the universal mold detoxifier now, even better, higher rated than charcoal, for example, which is crazy.
That's why we always talk about dealing with the gut and working on the gut before we push any crazy detox, because we know the gut's so important. It's like a lot of these functional medicine principles are like, we kind of know they're tried and true. But when you look into science, like you find more little nitty gritty within the science of what's happening, why that is the case. Like we just kind of know clinically you get better results doing it. So we kind of go that way. And then we just see more data kind of just supporting that hypothesis.
It's cool. Yeah, it's fun because you and I have been basically using the methods we use for years, and then new stuff comes out that's like, oh, cool, well, we were doing that already. Now we know that it was actually doing other things that we needed it to do for us, like get rid of toxins. So that's awesome. How about sauna too? I mean, sweating has been
Yep.
proven to help excrete so many things. I'll tell you, I had a lady that was in her 70s. We ran a chemical profile test on her. This lady's test was so clean. I was almost in disbelief because I've seen 5 and 6 year old children that are just off the charts with chemicals. And then we have this lady in her 70s who you think just lived through all sorts of different eras of, toxicity. And man, I tell you, her chemical test was as clean as a whistle. I said, what are you doing? And she was in a sauna 3 to 4 times a week for half an hour. I said, wow. I said, you are living proof that the sauna works and that sweating is an incredible detox pathway.